wanna see something scary? I know, this is terrible, I'm embarrassed. This is the sum of a bunch of bad habits, and frankly, it's kinda how I've always managed my server stuff. Look at my home rack right now. I know, it's disgusting. I'm sorry, it's the last time I'll scare you. Hey, come on, you've been there. You install everything with good intentions, but over time, things get a little messy. A little fix here, a little patch cable there, and before long, you got this. Sorry, I lied. Last time I'll scare you. And good luck troubleshooting anything. If my employees tell me they have a problem, I ask them, hey, do you have an hour? That's how long it's gonna take me to dig through this cable mess. But enough is enough. It's time for a change. I'm gonna break this bad habit of mine with the help of my sponsor, Patchbox. They sent me this thing, this mystery box that's been sitting in my closet for like a year. I'm not kidding. They said, Chuck, please open it. It's gonna help you break your bad habit. It's the wake-up call you need. So I said, okay, apparently they're the Gordon Ramsay of server rooms and IDFs. I mean, look at all these kitchen nightmare Cinderella stories they've done. I want that. I think I'm ready. And honestly, where were these guys when I first started in IT? Like legit, look at this photo. This was my first ever task I had when I started in IT. They said, here you go, new guy, clean this up. This was a real company, but I know I'm not alone. I asked you guys on Twitter and LinkedIn to send me your photos of your server rooms right now. Guys, are you serious? Honestly, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm not alone. We're all in the same boat. And by the way, if you want to see those photos, I'll show them at the end of the video. They're kind of not safe for work. It's gross. So here we go. Here's the rundown. I've got to fix this server room. And let me tell you, I'm filming this after the fact. This project was terrible. I thought this would be an afternoon. No big deal, get in there, film, have fun. No, it was the worst. It took me all week. 5 full days, I think more than that, I lost track. It was miserable. My body hurts. My soul hurts, but it looks amazing. I can't wait to show you. But you gotta go through the pain first. So check this out. This wasn't just about cleaning up cables and picking them up. No. If you clean up a server room, you've got things you have to do. Look at these patch panels. For some reason I have 2 of them, these little halvesy hobbit things. They're not racked up. I've got servers on the floor, a dusty laptop, stuff just sitting on the ground for no reason. That monster in the corner. Sorry, I lied. I'm gonna scare you one more time. That's it. Terry, he's sitting on the floor. I kick him every time I walk in there. Look at the cables coming out of my wall. If something breaks, I don't know what to do. And I walk in there every day. It's just a matter of time before I step on a cable and destroy everything. And it doesn't help that I can't really see anything. There's no lights. We're gonna get organized. So let's get to work. But first, you know we need some coffee. We can't do this alone. And NetworkChuck Coffee has a new roast, 404 not found. Decaf for all you old admins out there like me. So we can drink coffee in the afternoon and we don't get jittery and stay up all night. First, let's fix these dumb patch panels, these half men. I'm just gonna throw them away. I'm gonna redo everything, rewire. You know what's funny? I don't think I've ever wired up a patch panel. So I decided to practice to make sure I knew how to do it. Turns out it's pretty cool and actually easier than making a regular Ethernet cable. Similar to Ethernet, you just cut your Ethernet cable, score the sheath, pull it off, separate your wires, put them into the little holes or conduits, I don't know what you call them. They even tell you where to put them, which is awesome. And then using a punch down tool, you punch them down. Now, easier said than done. I'm not good at this. I kept dropping it over and over and over. And once they're all punched down, you put a dust cap on it and then you load it into the patch panel. Should be easy, right? No, it wasn't. Here in this video, I was sitting at the kitchen table or the dining room table and it's well lit, not cold. And the server room, it's a whole different ballgame. It's the tundra. So every single wall drop I have throughout my office, I have to rewire to this new patch panel, which by the way, if you don't know what a patch panel is, when you see Ethernet drops like this in a studio or at an office or maybe even in your house, those wires gotta go somewhere. They're going through all your walls back to someplace, a server room, an IDF closet, and they're normally gonna be wired to a patch panel. That looks like this. I was actually just teaching on patch panels in my Intro to Networking course on NetworkChuck Academy. That will be launching very soon. So I go in there and you saw the mess, right? I'm having to set up my camera, which is impossible. And the lighting was terrible.
So I apologize in advance for any crappy footage you might see today.
So anyways, I removed the Ethernet cables from the old patch panels and then propped up on the server in that rack, I start the punch down process. I think it was about 20 drops I had to redo. I'm freezing, I'm miserable, my arm hurts. I'm also kind of a big baby, but I finally get it done and I throw those old stupid half-min patch panels in the trash. Now I thought the patch panel would be my biggest headache. No, it's just the beginning. But now with my patch panel fixed, I can put my Patchbox in and let it fix my life. And also get Terry off the floor. But to make that happen, I gotta start moving stuff around. And this might have been the worst part of this entire thing. Actually, no, there's another worse part later. But anyways, I had to measure. How am I gonna fit Terry in here? He's a massive server with 2 GPUs. He's a big guy, but I think I figured it out and I started my process. Now you know what's really dumb and you should never do this? Move stuff around during the day. while people are trying to work. It's the dumbest thing in the world. So I was trying to move stuff around while not unplugging anything, leaving it all like alive and there, so I wouldn't disturb my video editors and everyone doing stuff. This made my life so much harder. This is why we have maintenance weekends, do stuff after hours. No, I'm too dumb for that. So watch me struggle with the simplest things. First, moving my MicroTik switch just up, moving it up. I've got this dumb UniFi switch that has no place in my rack and it's just dangling and annoying, and I end up having to unplug stuff anyway. And then in the midst of dropping 15,000 cage nuts and screws, I finally got the MicroTik switch up at the top. This is so hard. And then I thought the MicroTik switch was hard. Moving the rest of my UniFi stuff was ridiculous. So many cables. I felt like I was breaking everything. I probably was. At some point, my UniFi switch just fell. Just free jumped right off my rack. So, thankfully, it was okay, I think. But again, I nearly lost every screw. Thankfully, I actually bought some new screws, so I was ready, I was prepared in one area. But now stuff is moved. I can finally unbox the thing that's gonna change the game for me, the Patchbox. Let's start that right now. And I got a little help from my daughter, Addie, because she's on summer break and super bored.
Hello, we want to do an unboxing for, what's it?
Yeah, wait. So I figured before I do anything else, I gotta fix the mess going on right now. I kind of made it worse, actually, so Patchbox, help me.
I hope we didn't break anything.
Me too. They've sealed this thing up.
Do it that way.
Tight. Let's see what we got here. All right, we got DevMount.
What's a DevMount?
I really don't know.
DevMounts?
Okay, let's see what this is. I think this is gonna help me a lot when I move my big servers, and kind of would have helped a lot with my switch move.
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh.
Just big tools.
This.
They're like jumpy. See?
They're jumpy.
See? They're like moving.
Some more DevMount stuff. I'm not sure what that is.
More Devil Mountain.
More jumpies.
What?
We have individually packaged jumpies.
No, but we already have like a million.
Oh! It says better than a conventional cage nut, Chuck Norris. Wait, do these replace cage nuts? I might cry. Because I just hurt myself so much with cage nuts.
What are cage nuts?
Ooh, a Patchbox lanyard. Here you go.
Oh yay.
You're now officially sponsored by Patchbox.
They offer your employees, even Matt.
Setup.exe. This is what I need. Oh my gosh. That even has a little screwdriver holder. And these replace cage nuts.
Oh, you just put them in like that. That's easy, Daddy. Stop being such a big baby. Say no to cage nuts, Daddy. Devil Mounts and cage nuts.
It's not Devil Mount. Oh, this is the third hand.
Oh,
My gosh, this
what
is so
that?
cool.
You get 6 hands. Oh, this is a big thing.
I get 6 hands.
Oh, look, a taser.
It's not a taser. These are little Ethernet cassettes. And then, oh, hold on. How do I retract it? Each one of these cassettes will be connecting 2 devices. Or a patch pen on my switch.
So we opened everything except this thing.
All right, this one's huge.
Get ready, viewers.
Okay, I'm really excited about all this. But the camera's in the way. Get out of the way, camera. Oh, we're hitting the camera. Oh.
What is this?
Shiny.
It's so...
We got a bunch of cassettes. They even have one for fiber. Look at that.
Oh, it is. Ah,
Those are the rails. Leave it alone. All right, so these are little cable managers you put on the side. More cable managers. Isn't this so shiny?
so shiny.
So it's got all these cassettes. And I guess these are the mounting brackets, which look really easy to install. Okay, that's the Patchbox unboxing. I am really excited. Let's go install this right now because I desperately need this. So now time to install the Patchbox. And actually, before I do that, I didn't know about the DevMounts, which Addie calls the Devil Mounts. That's hilarious. That kid kills me. But these are the cage nut killers. That sounds like a cereal. So I had to try those out first because I just mounted my MicroTik switch up there and my UniFi switches painfully with old cage nuts and no third hand. Because apparently you can have a third hand. It's called the setup.exe. And this thing is actually pretty cool. I gotta try these out, see how they work. So I think they go in like this, and That's stinking it. And then you just screw them in. All right, I'm gonna redo everything with these DevMounts instead of these dumb cage nuts. These things are murderous, I hate them. And I'm gonna move these. Remember how sucky that was? Now I'm gonna do it with my third hand. I'm gonna do it with my third hand. I have no idea how this works. I'm not gonna look it up. I'm gonna try and figure it out. Oh, okay. So it's got a little spring here that will just latch it on to the stinking rack, just like that. You just put it inside the rack. It clips to the ears on the side, or the rails, and it just sits there, ready to go, being your buddy, holding stuff when you can't. Dude, I can't wait to clean this entire mess up. This is crazy. Pop the other one in real quick. Dude, so easy. Okay, I'll take that. That's pretty cool. I just take it off just like that. It's so cool. Now time to install the Patchbox. Let's do that. So I tested it out. I re-racked my UniFi stuff and my MicroTik switch with my third hand and my DevMount cage nut killers. And I haven't even installed their main product yet. All right, bringing in the Patchbox now. Oh, I'm getting really tired of doing this. Dude, every time I walk past my servers, I almost unplug them. I really gotta fix my problems here. Looks like I've got 2 rails. It's gonna be a 1U system. All right, we'll do left first. All right, I'm going in 38, but I can't see it. I have no idea how I'm gonna get back there. Now, disclaimer, don't install it like me. Move your stuff out of the way first. Don't try to install it underneath a waterfall of cabling. That's not fun. I did it, but it's not fun. Okay, so now I got the rails in there, but I don't know how I'm gonna get this thing through all my mess of cables. I don't know. This thing is not light. This is so dumb. There's no way. There's no way I'm getting this through here. No! I think I almost have it. What's this connected to? This is the worst. Thank goodness for my third hand. I think something just stabbed me. Okay, install. So cool. Thank you, third arm, hand, whatever you are. This thing is awesome. Now I'm gonna move my patch panel up to just below the Patchbox. So using more DevMounts, I move my patch panel to just underneath it so I can patch things in with my Patchbox. Now real quick, I wanna do my first Patchbox connection. I'm pretty excited. Now here's where I was kinda dumb. And this is gonna happen a lot throughout this video. I didn't really know how to wire stuff with the Patchbox. So you'll see me actually dragging a wire across in a very hideous, ugly way. Like, why did I do that? There's a right way to do this, and it's beautiful. But I don't figure that out until here in a minute, so you have to wait. Bam, that's so cool. Now you see this little switch right here? I hate it so much. Now I want to talk about this dumb little UniFi switch. This little 8-port nothing. No, it's not even 8 ports. It's like 6. It's annoying. I can't rack it up without buying extendable ears from UniFi, which I'm sure costs like $100. But also, it's just not enough ports. I bought it as a 10 gig switch to give my video editors access to my NAS with 10 gig connections to edit. But now I'm out. So I'm done with the switch. I'm kicking him to the curb. I'm gonna replace him with a new 24-port MicroTik switch, all 10 gigs, SFP+, and I'm excited because it has a new thing I've never used before, a new type of port, and it's gonna solve my cable rainbow situation I have right now. You see, the reason I have this mess right now is I have my massive NAS from 45 drives on one rack, but I have my patch panel in the other rack. To get the best speed for my video editors, I want them to be connected to the same switch as my NAS, so I did that. I did a rainbow of cable connections across my server room to the same switch as my 45 drive servers. I solved the problem. It was a quick fix, unmanageable, terrible, I hate it. Here's where MicroTik comes in this new switch and what I'm so excited about. These MicroTik switches have 2 QSFP+ ports. It's a weird form factor I've never used, but each of these is 40 gigs, a 40 gig connection. They have 2 of them, I'm gonna use both. Do a port channel, then I have an 80 gig connection between these switches. Oh, I'm so excited to do this. But first I have to configure it. So the idea is that I go from a million cables going across my server room to just 2. Perfect world, right? So I start the configuration. I do a little MicroTik switch unboxing. A switch. 2 power cables with a dual power supply, ears. Let's base configure this bad boy. I seriously love MicroTik now, but it wasn't love at first sight because I'm a Cisco guy. And they do things very differently. And I still honestly prefer the way Cisco does things, but I understand MicroTik now. I get why it thinks the way it does. So I do the initial config and then I rack up that MicroTik just above my Patchbox. Dude, even just doing a basic little management connection is amazing. Look how pretty that is. Okay, one thing I'm really excited about are these DAC cables. I've never used these before, but these bad boys are QSFP. Look at these things, 40 gigabits per second. That's the connection on these guys. And I'm connecting 2 of these bad boys between my MicroTik switches. And then I rushed back to my desk and started the configuration on my 80 gig connection. I was so excited to try this. But like everything in tech, it was hard. Like, it didn't work the first time. I mean, don't get me wrong, the bond worked. I set up those 2 cables, these DAC cables. I bonded those 2 40 gig connections. I had an 80 gig connection. But then when I tested transferring footage to my NAS, dude, it was crappy. I normally got 410 megabytes per second when I was on the same switch, but now I was getting like 10, 20. Dude, I was stressed. So I troubleshooted for probably 2 hours, trying a little bit of everything, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Let me teach you a lesson about IT, right? Reboot. Just reboot. Just do it. I rebooted that new switch. When it came back up, things just worked. It was beautiful, fantastic. Here comes one of the hardest parts of this entire video, cable cleanup. You see all that mess right there? I couldn't just unplug and rearrange. No, I had to know where it went because I was trying to do this live, right? So I had to painstakingly trace every cable. And I had to have my laptop right there with me so I could reconfigure ports that I needed to have matched up. It was such a pain. But before I finished that, I wanted to use my Patchbox. So I cabled it up and I cabled it wrong. It's so wrong. Because look at it. This doesn't look exactly like the prettiest thing ever. It's not supposed to do this, where it's kind of draping over. I want to fix it here in a second, but first, I clear out all the cables. I mean, I reroute everything, I clean it up. It looks good. This is probably the longest part though. Like seriously, it was the worst. Actually, no, the longest part was after this. It's when I stopped recording because I was so tired. But anyways, Patchbox. Here's how you're supposed to route the cables. For me, the bottom row needed to go to my patch panel, and the top row needed to go to my switch. Just like this. Doing that makes it so clean. Now, if I weren't stupid and I thought about this beforehand, I would have planned ahead. But because I didn't, I had to rearrange my patch panel. That means I had to pluck out those IDCs and move them around, which those, once they're in there, they're not supposed to come out easily. So like my fingers died. It's such a pain. I don't think I even recorded this because I was so frustrated with myself by that time. So anyways, once you do that, that looks pretty good, right? Like, look at the mess before, and now look at this. Oh, it's gorgeous. And the way they do it, like you put that little middle thing out, and it becomes retractable. So you pull it out, cable what you gotta do, leave a little slack in there, push it back in, it stays. Oh, I love this so much. It's so clean. So anyways, now with the cables out of the way, it's Terry time. We gotta get Terry off the floor. But first I had to move my servers around. I had 3 servers in the way. First, my Synology server, which I'm retiring. I'm not gonna use that guy anymore. I've got 45 drives. It's massive. So much storage. So I tried to move the Synology by myself. Mistake. I'm not sure I wanna be able to lift this. Oh no! I think I hurt myself. I hurt my arm for sure. But I got it. I barely had enough room to pull it out of the rack. Almost died. But I took it out, put it in the bathroom. And then I'm getting tired just talking about this. Then I had to move my desktop. This is my main computer I use. I don't keep it in the studio here because it often would get hot. This is how it was back in the day when I was recording in my room at my house. It would get so hot. By the time I was done recording, I'd be drenched. So this is a dream, I love this. Anyways, I digress. I had to move my computer up a few notches, which involved me taking it off, moving that tray up. I did use DevMounts to mount that sucker. That was nice. Okay, that bad boy is... Oh wait. That thing's turning. Okay, now he's stable. And then I put my computer back up there, and then I had to move my Dell server. Bring that off the rails, which I struggled with, and that was also heavy, and that was also hard. Oh, they're out. It's out. It's out. Oh. And by that time, I was so spent. When I looked at my UPS down there, which UPSs are extremely heavy because of the batteries, I'm like, I can't do this by myself. I'm not doing this by myself. This is stupid. So I got Mike and Alex to help me. All right, come on in. Okay, so I know, it's a nightmare. This project is stupid. I feel sorry for whoever gets this project. I gotta move this guy to the bottom here. He's very heavy. Okay. So I need y'all to both support either side. Okay. As I unscrew him. Let us begin. And I'll have you guys know I did this by myself.
Did you really?
At one point, when I was a stronger man.
What happened?
I black. Okay, so we can just lower him down. Actually, yeah, we'll just pull him out a little bit. Now we add this. It's so nice to have help now. Oh, I lost the thingy. I'll find it in a second.
Are you recording right now, like the process?
Yeah, from both cameras. Are you vaping in here?
Am I allowed to?
No, I'm just shocked you brought a vape in here.
I bring it everywhere.
He's trying to add atmosphere to the recording.
You good one. So now all we have to do is lift it back in there. Actually, this was a lot easier than I thought it'd be, but it's definitely nice. There we go. Watch your fingies, and that's the game, guys.
Whoa.
That's all I needed.
All right, cool.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, this is a nightmare.
All right, thanks guys. I'll turn the internet back on later. Mike is one of our video editors, and Alex is actually a new talent on our channel. Do me a favor, comment below and say hi, Alex. You'd love that. Anyways, they used their man muscles to move the UPS for me as I was frantically trying to unscrew it and move it down to the bottom. And then I built another shelf, which was a pain in the butt. I thought I remembered how to do it. I didn't need the instructions, I thought. Well, I ended up building it wrong like 3 times, but I finally got it in there. And fingers crossed, I hope I measured correctly and Terry fit in like a glove. Like a glove? Terry, welcome to your new home, bud. I installed it right because Terry is still hanging in there. He's there, he didn't fall. I got Terry off the floor, I felt pretty accomplished at that point, and then I decided to clean up some stuff because it was so disgusting and messy in there. The floor was just gross. That took forever. Now I had another problem. Do you remember my dream of having only 2 cables going across my racks? That dream wasn't quite a reality just yet. I had this dumb little unmanaged switch, this little unmanaged Cisco switch that was in my 45 drives NAS rack. All he was doing was getting the management ports connected to my network, and he had a cable strung across my rack. I didn't want that cable, and I kinda hate that switch. It's unmanaged, so I can't do anything with it. Also, it's tiny, I can't rack it. Don't get me wrong, he's a good little switch, but not for this use case. I'm done with this little guy. So I decided to replace him with one of my old Cisco Catalyst 3560 switches, or 3570. Yeah, 3570. The switch is upside down! I was so excited to do this, except for the fact that I forgot the password. I didn't know how to get into it. In fact, I didn't know any of the IP addresses. I'd used this thing forever ago. I forgot everything. So step 1 was configuring this bad boy, and I needed a console cable. Now, if you're not familiar with networking and specifically Cisco switches, when you first set them up out of box, you normally get a console cable to access their console. But you normally need one that has console on one end and USB on the other. I used to have like a 20 when I was an engineer. Now I don't have any. I looked for probably 2 hours, couldn't find one. And I was about to pack it in. Like I was done for that day. I was so angry with myself. But then I remember this product that the company sent me, and this was actually pretty exciting and kind of cool. It's called the Intertooth. Now, I'm not sponsored by them, they just sent it to me to try it out. This is a wireless console connection over Bluetooth. I just connect one end to the console connection on the Cisco switch, and I access that connection via Bluetooth on my laptop. It worked pretty dang well. Now, it didn't work on Mac initially, and I got really mad about that. Almost lost my mind. On PC, it worked. And thankfully, I remember my password to get into my switch via the console, and baby, I was in! I was so excited. And being back in Cisco land after dealing with MicroTik for a while was kind of nice. It's like second nature. Didn't have to look up a dang thing, just typing in, configuring trunks and interfaces and switch ports. Oh, it's so fun. You know what I mean. All you Cisco guys and gals. And then I racked that bad boy up. It worked like a charm. Oh, so nice. And I love having Cisco back in my rack again. A real Cisco switch, not this unmanaged crap. So now, everything was pretty much, like all the big stuff was done. I had basically redone a lot of my network, putting that new MicroTik switch in, configuring that, making sure it works, that new Cisco switch, configuring that, make sure it works, all these trunks and VLANs going across everywhere. And because I'm really terrible at doing documentation, it was like having to relearn everything over again just to do it, which was fun, but also time consuming. So, you know, 5+ days. And by the time I was done with all that, I'm like, it still looks like crap because it was so dirty and so disgusting. And I still had cables coming out of my wall, and I was filming everything the whole time. So filming takes forever. And this is where I kind of messed up. I stopped filming. I got tired. I just kind of went into myself, got some more coffee, and just started fixing stuff. I think I zip tied everything. If I could zip tie it, I zip tied. I rearranged every cable. I swept the floor. That was anticlimactic. And then I spent way too long adding RGB lights, but it was worth it, I think. And then I mounted a monitor in there so I could actually see how stuff is going, see if my stuff is up. So while I didn't document or film any of that process, just know what happened. And now, are you ready? Are you ready to see the finished product? Here it is. I'm very proud of this. I'm gonna unveil it now. Isn't that beautiful? The floor is clean, I can walk in there. Look at my cables. Look at my Patchbox and how it just keeps everything gorgeous. Have you ever seen something so clean in your entire life? No, you haven't. This is the thing. Oh, and by the way, I think I forgot to mention this. Each of those connections in the Patchbox is like a little blade, like a samurai sword you pull out. Now, I stinking love Patchbox. Like, look at this blade here. First of all, it's just cool that an Ethernet cable comes inside a blade. I like saying that. I like using it. I like holding it. And it's shiny. Now, many of you might be wondering, why not just use a short patch cable? That makes it pretty, right? Yeah, it does. Like, can it do this? Or this? Or this? It can't get longer, can it? It also can't get shorter. Which is great because, you know, you got the initial cabling job, which looks pretty, right? It looks beautiful. But sometimes you gotta move a port. Sometimes one goes bad and you gotta kind of extend a cable. This moves with you. Try connecting this across the rack. Sure, you could probably go find another cable, but this is already here. It's fast. You don't have to trace it. It's all right here. And also notice the cable's flat, which might make some of you think, flat cable, is that good? Yeah, it is. Yes, it's twisted pair, it's a quality cable, and the reason they make it flat is, first of all, it can do this, but also it allows more airflow. It's not a big, chunky, round cable. I can honestly say that Patchbox is worth it. Anyways, back to the video. I cable tied everything almost too much to where, like, if I ever have to undo anything or trace any cable, I'm gonna have to go in there with scissors. It's gonna be painful, but at least it looks really cool now, and that's really all I care about. Look at the back of my rack. Not that one looks ugly. Stop looking at that. Look at this one. Only look at this one. The cable's coming out of the wall. I know where they're going now. And it's not just Ethernet, because I have my display and my camera connections all being run fiber over there. And those are not easy to replace, but they're all nice and neat now. I can walk in there. And honestly, you know, sometimes I just stand there and look at it because it's so pretty. With the bag of chips, just watching. The LEDs, are those not cool? I got the floor LEDs. They're all Govee. I love Govee now. I used to not like them, but thought they were cheap, but now they're kind of a thing. So they're sick. The Govee strip on the floor, and then I installed strips inside the rack rails. And I think it just has a nice effect. I can even make them blink like link lights. So it kind of has that whole server room feel. But honestly, it kind of gives me a little anxiety, so I keep it just blue. And just look at just the two cables going across my 80 gig connection, connecting my two racks. I don't know why, that's just my favorite part. That and the Patchbox, it just feels good. And now when I walk in there, I have a good time. And if it weren't so cold, I'd probably live in there. So that's my server room journey. I'm thankful that you came along with that journey with me a little bit. It was hard. My message to you is don't do that. Don't be messy. Get a Patchbox. Like, organize your cables to where they look nice, where you can trace them and know where they are. Thank you to Patchbox for sponsoring this video and for giving me that box that I should have opened last year. It would have saved me some headache. But we're here now. The past is the past. My stuff is clean. I kicked my bad habit. Okay, so I know my server room was crazy, but I asked you to see yours. I don't want to feel alone in this, and you showed up. Your stuff is crazy. So you sent me stuff on Twitter, on LinkedIn. I'm gonna look at that right now. So here it is. Chad Thunder. Is that your name? Yeah, that's pretty stinking bad. Oh my gosh. Austin asked him if he was okay. No. Here's another one. Yeah, you can't even see what's going on. How do you troubleshoot this? I mean, I can see that's Fortinet. That's stressful, man. Here we got a home lab. Hey, that's not too bad. I mean, this looks nice right here. This is kind of crazy. I give it a C. We got one from Mac Telecom Networks. Okay, they're just bragging. That's clean. Look at that, that's nice. How can you compete with that? I mean, everything else is kind of dirty, but all I can see is the rack. That's where my eyes go immediately. All right, come on, Piotr, see what you got. I can't even tell what's going on here. Is this a woodworking shop with a computer on it? Yeah, it's kind of a mess, dude. But your rack isn't bad. I've seen worse, like mine. But like the laptops and stuff, that's stressing me out a little bit. Anthony, still in the very beginning of his labbing journey, I can tell. I've been here, buddy. Stuff hanging, like that's literally hanging. Got that cord there. This is just a mess, but it's not so bad. It's manageable. This guy teaches how to manage data centers and stuff, and things look really, I mean, this is nice. He's doing a good job. Oh my gosh. Look at this. What's even happening here? Oh my goodness, that's a nightmare. Nope, that's giving me the willies. I'm done with that. This one is not bad. I mean, you can tell you got some lazy cabling here. I think if you were given enough connections, you'd probably make it a lot worse. But you got some nice hardware there. Some MicroTik, Netgear. You've got every brand. Oh my gosh, Cisco. Okay, this can't be real. Like he had to have grabbed this from the internet somewhere. That's a nightmare. he's got one little Ethernet cord just screaming for help. Help. Just it's like a bowl of ramen noodles. Like you can't see anything. Let's check out LinkedIn. Oh my gosh, there's so many comments on this. Yikes! Okay, I mean this is terrible. What is that laptop? Yeah, this is like you put your lab in a torture chamber. Wait, there's a fridge in here. Oh, nice cleanup before and after. Saw that ubiquity switch hanging there, but hey, that's clean. I like that. You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing Patchbox. You see that? Patchbox. This is not terrible. I also hate it. Not bad. This isn't bad. I wouldn't say this is a nightmare. Hey, that's a cute little setup. Got a little ubiquity switch. I think that's some Raspberry Pis, right? Yeah, that's not too bad. The kitchen lab. Hey, I like this, actually. Is that like your coffee bags over there? I don't know. Ooh, yeah, I got some spaghetti going right there. I don't like that. Whoa! Those are fiber cables. Do you see how they're bent? Oh, it's like Vecna and Stranger Things going, oh no. And he said they still work. That's crazy. Don't touch those things. Ooh, got some dust bunnies in that one. Oh, that's a lot of dust. You know, I want to like this one, but like, ugh. I like his cooling solution. Yeah, this is clean, I like that. You're just bragging. Oh no. That's like, I can't even tell what's happening here. Like, can you? I don't know. This one's okay, but this is like the beginning. Like I can tell this is gonna be worse in like 5 years. Send me a photo in 5 years. Ooh. So they were gonna end up moving anyway. Did you just dump your rack on the floor? Oh my God. Is that what you did? No, that was a production network. This was production. Someone was running their company with, is that a Game Boy Color down there running the network? Okay, you're bragging again. I like this a lot. Looks kind of retro. I'm digging it. This looks like you need furniture and a rack. I like the colors. The cables are stressing me out a little bit. I mean, at least they're wrapped, but they're draped like spaghetti. No. You can appreciate some good cabling right there. I like that. Ooh, that's nice. Wait, that box of networking stuff is a running network? He said it has great uptime. Okay. Ooh, but nice cleanup here. Oh, yikes. All the different colors. A data center he inherited. Oh my gosh. I mean, at least the cables are labeled. But holy crap. No, actually I've done that before. Had a big mess of cables. You're like, I found a cable. I'm gonna label it. I'm not gonna fix this problem, I'm just gonna label it. Nope. Oh, why do I love that so much? Oh yeah. Get it? Hey, that's like a nice simple little cleanup. I like that. That's all I got. I'll see you in the next video.